Well, on the path to the release of this game, there's an interesting discussion here because this is part of something called the Mega Roleplay project.
Okay.
That Sega rolled out. They saw what was going on the Super Nintendo and were freaking out. Over there, they had like Breath of Fire. They had Final Fantasy. I think at this point, Final Fantasy 3 or no, sorry, Final Fantasy 4, 2 in America, but they're more talking about the Famicom. So that actually, now I'm thinking about it, one of the other Final Fantasies may have come out. I don't know exactly, but because we're in America, we get different dates. But Final Fantasy was going crazy over there, and they wanted in. They probably wanted Dragon Quest too.
That's true. And SMT.
And SMT. Well,
1 and 2 were Famicom games. We got to cover those.
We're gonna get there.
2023 gold.
Yes. But it was an attempt to reverse their fortunes by giving the ailing Mega Drive RPG suite a seismic kick in the pants. This is not my writing. I found this online. 7 RPGs were born from this. The first 2 Dragon Slayer Legend of Heroes games.
Okay.
Shining Force CD. Surging Aura. After Armageddon Gaiden. And The Story of Thor.
Which is Beyond Oasis.
Yes. Shining Force CD and Ragna Senti, known as Crusader of Senti and Soleil, I guess, in North America and Europe, respectively, were localized immediately. And The Story of Thor was also released under the name Beyond Oasis in the United States.
Right.
So, interesting. Okay, and let's go into the Mega Drive or Mega RPG project a little bit just to get some more background. Began in mid-1994 and applied to a small handful of first-party Sega Mega Drive and Sega Mega CD until early 1995. The Applied Game logo of this project is printed on the box and pin badge. This is a very strangely worded. I'm sorry. Again, I did not write this. Pin badge of each title was shipped, and I had a picture of it. I guess I forgot to get a picture.
I don't understand the sentence. What?
They actually put like a badge on each box.
Oh, that shows this is part of the Mega project.
Yeah. So you knew this was like we got RPGs.
This is in Japan, the Japanese box art?
Only in Japan, yeah.
Because the North American one is just a set of eyes.
Yeah, a nice set of eyes. Pretty. This branding was only used in Japan and fell out of use as the company began to focus more on the Sega Saturn. Later RPGs such as Light Crusader were not considered part of this movement.
Okay.
What do you think of their big drive to get some RPGs over there?
Respectable. I think it paled, likely, but you got some pretty unique things out of it. What did they say about Light Crusader?
Light Crusader?
Yeah, you read that at the end there. Later RPGs.
Oh, such as Light Crusader were just not considered part.
You know what's confusing to me is that like a lot of the 7 titles, these are Saturn games. This is like a late Genesis game that's coming out at the time of the Saturn. So there's like some console confusion to me with some of these titles. But it's still cool. This is an interesting title.
Yeah, I'm trying to piece together what the story of, like, how does Thor play in, like, they just used a character that people might understand as the God of Thunder?
I guess, but this is the Arabian Nights setting with Prince Ali. So that's confusing, but I've read that a homebrew port was released later that has a more one-to-one translation of the text, so some things make more sense.
I think some of the names were changed.
Right. So maybe there's something there.
Maybe he is Thor?
I'll take it. The story of Ali.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, too, because technically, like, Shining Force is not the biggest, but it's still considered a good game, a good series. Especially 2. I really like 2. Phantasy Star 4 is apparently very, very good. And
right.
We will be getting to that at some point. The others, I don't know. It has its fans, though. I mean, obviously, and Phantasy Star lives on with the online games where they took it to more of an action realm. But clearly the what do you call it? What do you call it? Like the it's on the tip of my tongue of they own a brand or something. Well, I'll just say brand.
Okay.
The brand of it is enough that it's been profitable for so long.
For which?
For Phantasy Star.
Yeah.
So why why did they all of a sudden want to deviate from that and make like all these random other RPGs? They had like a good set. Make Phantasy Star 5.
I think because the first Phantasy Star is a hit. Second one is good. 4 is like the magnum opus to that point. I think that comes in like the post era. Like if we had the dates in front of us, that might help. But I see this as more of a quest to figure out which one is going to be, the next big RPG. Nintendo's got all these RPGs. We want to show some breadth.
Yeah, that's true.
Of fire.
Capcom.
Right.
I don't like that game.
A lot of our community does.
Anyway, I also find it interesting it was done in 1994, and most of these games came out in 1994 and 1995. So they didn't really give them a lot of time to like make a great game.
How so?
Well, a lot of games take years to make.
Yeah.
These games, I mean, if they were even told in 1994, we need RPGs, and some of them released like the same year, and at best, like the next year, because it ended in 1995.
Yes, but these aren't all Sega in-house. Like Ancient is the company that's taking care of Beyond Oasis, so I don't know who's doing like Surging Aura. I don't even think half these games are localized.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think only 3. So, but I just don't. I feel like they didn't give these developers like enough time to really knock one out of the park, like make something Final Fantasy caliber.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have the team for it either. Ancient was made up of 15 people. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna just throw Yuzo Koshiro's name out there and hope like magic pops up. No, like